Could Shedeur Sanders fall to the Saints at number 9? New Orleans targeting quarterback in the NFL draft. Jacob Hester is the backdrop. All right. So I've seen this a little bit, and right now there's a little bit of smoke with will the Saints trade up to get Cam Ward? All right. There's been some rumblings, let's just say. Now, the Giants, who were seemingly, no doubt about it, going to take Shedeur Sanders, went and got Russell Wilson. So now the question is, well, if the Giants don't take him and the Browns don't take him, is there a world where Shedeur falls to 9? And if he does, would the Saints take him? Now, this happens in every position where before the draft, every draft pick is a good player, right? Every draft pick is successful. Every quarterback is going to be good, going to be a starter. They'll all be good. The question is just how good, right? I heard somebody say in one of my comments, they said either Ward, Sanders, Dart, or Ewers. Get one of them, and that can be the quarterback of the future. It's like, it's probably, you're talking about less than like a 5% chance you're going to get 4 or 5 legitimate starting quarterbacks out of one draft. And then not to mention the varying degrees of how good they are, right? So it's not a one-for-one trade. Missing out on Ashton Genty, but it's okay. We'll take Judkins. That's not a one-for-one. Oh, don't worry about Ted McMillan. We'll take whatever, Trey Smith. It's like it's not always a one-for-one. Sometimes it works backwards. Sometimes the player in the later rounds, like Jalen Noel, might be better than Ted McMillan, right? So it all depends on grades, and it all depends on how you view these players. And we're going to extrapolate on that in this video.
Russell Wilson going to be a New York Giant. So now, Jameis,
what does this mean
Russ,
for Jameis?
What a dynamic in that quarterback room. Those two personalities.
I like the move.
Jameis is just fun and all about team and, making sure everybody's fired up.
Mr. Unlimited.
And all about one person in that room, himself. That is going to be a dynamic.
I was telling you, it's a little weird that they gave Jameis a 2-year deal. Wilson only got a 1-year deal. I'm assuming they want Jameis to be the backup for whoever they draft in 2026 because I think them drafting Shedeur Sanders at 3 is completely out the window now with a move like this because you brought back Tommy DeVito, who, not great, but, he can come in and do some things for you.
He's complete ass. Tommy DeVito is a non-factor, non-issue. I would say, obviously, the Giants signing Russ certainly lessens their chance of drafting Shedeur, but I don't think it makes it impossible. I think it gives them, it would be insane. It would be crazy that just the line of thinking, but it would give them okay, we can sit Shedeur, we can let Russ try and keep us afloat and then make the change. But yeah, getting Jameis and then Russ and then drafting Shedeur third overall that does seem like it would be crazy.
Tommy's had some success. So you have Wilson, Winston, DeVito. You're not drafting a quarterback. You're not keeping 4 on this year's roster, so that's not happening.
What'd they do with Drew Lock?
He's a free agent right now.
Okay.
They just didn't bring Drew Lock back, who I actually kind of liked. But
I like him better than DeVito.
Yeah, well, DeVito, he's New York. He's on the team for, appearances and all that crap. But, Jake,
cutlets.
About 2 weeks ago, it was reported that the Cleveland Browns really wanted Russell Wilson. They brought him in for a visit. Wilson apparently turned down the Browns. And I get it. They're the Cleveland Browns. I understand that. But, is he in a significantly better situation? Because, look, everybody used to clown that division. With Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts there now, that division went from easy to tough in a hurry. Yeah. Is he in a tougher situation now?
If you're Mr. Unlimited, this is something else that you can't put the magnifying glass just on the football side of things. Mr. Unlimited, he's with Sierra. New York compared to Cleveland, especially if he wants to be this branded guy, this marketable guy. He's trying to do other stuff. That plays a factor.
It's kind of the same, but I guess you do have Malik Neighbors.
You do.
If you're, a New York Giant. Jerry Jeudy, if you're a Browns, your best receiver. the situations are kind of the same. Maybe Russ, because his ego's so big, he didn't want to have his name attached to that jersey.
The Browns,
the
yeah.
Tim
He's like, I
Couch
want
jersey.
the New York market, maybe.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be another name on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I get it. He is all about his image.
Also,
so.
I would rather live in New York than Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, for sure.
The mistake by the lake?
Yeah.
Cleveland?
Not a great
Yeah.
place.
Drew
Sierra
Carey.
was like, I'm not living in Cleveland.
Best thing
That
to
was
come out of
probably the
Cleveland.
deciding
That
factor,
is true.
honestly.
I love you, my guy. We just lived in Pittsburgh. We are not going to
God.
Cleveland. That might be something. So Sanders isn't getting drafted by the Giants,
I wouldn't think so, but
right? I mean, if you sign,
There's a chance.
you sign
There's a
Jameis to a 2-year deal, you sign Russ. I mean, I know you don't have a lot invested in it, but do you really want to have those 3 guys in the quarterback room? And this is a move to me that says, let's push it down the road.
Yeah.
Let's try to get by this
Yeah.
year. Next year's quarterback class is much better, and if we suck, we'll draft a quarterback then.
But the thing is,
I think, yeah, I mean, I kind of see it like that. Like this gives them an opportunity to explore other options. This gives them an opportunity to, if Abdul Carter falls, take him. If you want Travis Hunter, take him. If, then yeah, you can figure out, like, look, if a better option falls to us, or we can trade out of the pick, fine, and then we'll handle the quarterback thing later. So this might be a move to give them some wiggle room to trade down or to look at different positions. Whereas if they didn't have Russ, then it's like, well, you have no choice. You have to take Sanders or Ward, whoever is there.
is like that was kind of their strategy last year too. Like, hey, let's kick the can down the road and like get through this year, and then next year see what happens. And it's like that didn't work out for you. So why do you think it's going to work this year? Because it's Russell Wilson?
I do like it for one reason. I hate when teams you draft a quarterback knowing that after their first year, they're just going to fire the head coach and the GM. The Chicago Bears do this all the time. Yeah. Everyone and their mother knew that Matt Eberflus was going to get fired. You should have moved on from him before Caleb Williams. Now, it's almost like Caleb's starting over. He's in a new offense. Yeah. He has a new head coach. You expect it to be better. I mean, let's call it like it is. Joe Shane and Brian Daboll are dead men walking at this point in New York, barring something unforeseen. I would have waited. I actually think this is the correct decision. Not only is the quarterback class better, but, I mean, you'll have a new GM, you'll have a new coach in all likelihood, and a quarterback. They can all grow together. I actually like them waiting this year.
Yeah. You know what the Giants have been?
They have tricked the hell out of me. Let me just say that. I mean, damn. I didn't realize this was going to be a New York Giants video. I mean, I'm halfway through the video, and we've talked about Russell Wilson and the Giants. Where is the Shedeur Sanders falling to the Saints at 9? Where is the New Orleans targeting quarterback in the NFL draft? What's going on here?
Trash. If Sanders doesn't go to the Giants,
okay,
that makes it interesting because we were laying it out. I mean, there's not a lot of quarterback-hungry teams after that. And then you've got all of a sudden the hype of Jackson Dart.
All right, so if I'm trying to do this from memory, let me see if I can get this right. All right, I think this is the draft order. I'm doing this completely by memory, but I'm pretty sure I know it. It goes, you've got the Titans, the Browns, the Giants, the Patriots, the Jaguars, the Raiders at 6, Jets at 7, Panthers at 8, Saints at 9. Is that correct? So the teams you're having to dodge, word on the street is that the Browns are going to take Abdul Carter. Word on the street, Adam Schefter reported that Carter is expected to go number 2. Now, the Browns could theoretically take him. I think that would be kind of crazy, but let's just list who is even a threat of taking him. Browns, Giants. The Raiders would have been, but with Geno, I mean, probably not. The Jets, maybe. So if he gets past the Giants, you are staring at the Jets. You are staring right at the Jets, and that's it, the way I see it. So, I mean, I think Shedeur is one of those guys where if he gets past the Browns and gets past, if you hear it go Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Shedeur could really slide.
Could Jackson Dart go before Shedeur Sanders is the question I'm asking now. I think Shedeur's...
No. I think Jackson Dart's, this whole like Mel Kiper top 10 thing was just completely fugazi. I think Dart falls, or not falls, but I think Dart gets taken right around the mid-20s. Pittsburgh would be a good landing spot for him, but I don't think there's any world where he realistically sneaks into the top 10. Now, if Shedeur slides all the way to the 20s, I could see a team preferring Dart over him, but I don't think Shedeur would have to slide because I don't see Dart rising.
That'd be so funny.
I think he's going to fall because do you think that if he doesn't go 7 at the Jets, I think that's his only option in the top 10 because, look, the Giants were at 3. New England's not taking a QB at 4. Yeah. Jacksonville, whether you think they should or not, is not going to at 5.
Correct.
I thought the Raiders was going to be all over him, but after signing Geno, that's not happening.
Yep.
Jets at 7 might be the team because after that, it's the Panthers who is Bryce Young the answer? Maybe, maybe not, but he showed promise. They're probably going to roll with him again.
They're not taking a quarterback.
Yeah, they're not.
The Saints, I don't trust them at all to take a quarterback in the first round.
It's been 50 years.
I mean, the Bears, 49ers, Cowboys, 10, 11, 12, none of them are doing it. I don't think the Dolphins do it. I mean, the Colts are at 14.
No.
I don't think they do it either. Then you have Atlanta at 15.
No.
Arizona at 16.
Nope.
I mean, Kyler was actually okay last year.
I think the Colts would think about it, which is crazy. But I think the Colts would entertain it if he fell.
17, Cincinnati, no.
Nope.
Seahawks, 18. They just signed Darnold.
Nope.
The Bucks have Baker at 19. I mean, I don't know where he falls. Like, where do
Yeah, I mean, damn. Like, when you put it like that, when you start looking at beyond the top 10, yeah, it is hard to imagine a team taking them. Because even the teams that it's like, okay, well, you have a quarterback for a couple of years, it's like, why would it, like the Raiders, you know, like, or the Seahawks. You got these guys for a couple of years. Why would you worry about spending a first on Shedeur? So yeah, I mean, if he does escape the top 3, it is the Jets or the Colts. I mean, I guess the Saints or the Colts at 14, or this thing could really, it's going to get to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh would be, I'm not sure who's at 20. I think Pittsburgh's 21, but it could get to Pittsburgh.
Where does he go? If he doesn't go
21?
7 at the Jets. Yeah, the Steelers would be it.
Pittsburgh.
If he doesn't
Mason
go
Rudolph
7,
right
he could
now,
go to 21.
Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, the only quarterbacks they have on their roster.
That's wild when you're thinking about Shedeur, where it's like, okay, he could go 2, 3, 7, or 21.
Yeah, I mean, think about how far those. If he doesn't go 7, he could go all the way down to 21. I think he will.
Oof.
Yeah, I think Jackson Dart, though, ends up as the Steelers quarterback.
Damn, so you've been watching my show? What's going on here?
A lot of people are going to say that's Kenny Pickett 2.0, but I think
they're totally different players. But if Pittsburgh has to choose between Dart and Sanders, I think they go Sanders.
Jackson Dart's more talented than Kenny Pickett.
I did
100%.
For sure. And well,
Yeah,
you
Kenny
broke it
Pickett's
down.
And he doesn't
like,
have tiny baby hands.
across
Yeah, he
the
doesn't wear a
board,
glove.
He got better every year in the SEC. Like, that's not easy to do. And it was not just in one category. But, I mean, do we now think that Dart could go over Sanders? I guess is the better question.
I don't think so.
Anytime we think we have the NFL draft figured out, it throws us for a loop.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that we do know is Cam Ward's the best quarterback.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's now.
And that's what we said that weeks ago, where it's like the conversation isn't Cam or Shedeur. The conversation is Shedeur or Jackson Dart. Now, I don't think, like I said, if the Steelers have a choice between Sanders at 21 or Dart at 21, I think they go Sanders. I don't think there was any expectation leading up to this that Sanders could fall that far.
Now that is widely known. Everybody thinks the same thought process. Cam Ward's the top guy. Now, even if he goes number 1 overall, we'll see. But he's the top guy. We don't really think about it. We don't really know. Like, this is one of those drafts that we don't know what the top 10 is going to look like. I love it like that because
I think it's a great draft. I think it's one of the deepest, most intriguing drafts we've seen in a long, long time.
Unpredictable, and we get the, oh my God, did you see that moments? But if Sanders doesn't go at 3, which I don't think he will now, if he doesn't go at 7, he could last all the way down to 21.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just don't, we'd
That's
have to.
That's not prime.
I was about to say, I think we'd hear
not
about
prime,
that.
yeah.
We'd have to hear a whole off season, about falling to number 21. So we will see.
I saw something recently. Someone double check me here, but I think for the last 3 seasons, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a 100% turnover rate with their quarterback position, their quarterback room, which is absolutely insane. Because the Steelers, and I was like, the Steelers are, if I asked you, are the Steelers a well-run franchise? I would assume everyone's going to say yes, right? Like, do the Steelers have a good organization? Are they a well-run franchise, well-coached, good roster practice, whatever? And then you look at it and you're like, well, the quarterback situation has been absolutely disgusting since Big Ben. You look at their overall performance, like, yeah, they are over 500 every year, but they don't win playoff games. They don't win the division. They aren't really relevant. I would assume, I mean, like, how many, someone go check it out. How many playoff games have the Steelers won in the last 10 years? Compare it to the Saints. Someone put the playoff record of the Saints and the Steelers of the last 10 years, so since 2015. I mean, I'm curious because I think everyone, like, trivia. Do the Steelers have a good GM? Should the Steelers GM be fired? I'm sure a lot of you are like, who the hell is the Steelers GM?
See, not a deep quarterback draft. Just interesting. Russell Wilson signs there, kind of changes a lot of the math. At least we assume it does, even though it's just a one-year deal. Feels like the Giants are just going to wait another year, suck another year, and then maybe select a quarterback in the next season.
Wow.
I mean, that was unbelievable. We went through the whole video. They never talked about Shedeur Sanders really. I mean, like, this is bananas, the headline. So I guess I'll talk about it. Okay. The reason why you cannot do the 1-for-1 is that you are assuming all of the players will give the same production. So if we look at some past drafts, all right, pretend like you say, well, we don't have to take CJ Stroud because we can wait and take Will Levis, or we can wait and take Hendon Hooker, or we can wait and take, who's the next quarterback drafted? Man, you had to go a while. Jake Hayner or Stetson Bennett. You know, it's like, that's a Aiden O'Connell and Clayton Tune. Like, these are some severe drop-offs. Right? Or Anthony Richardson. Like, look at the drop-off between Stroud and Richardson. Okay? Like, we don't need to get Jahmyr Gibbs. We can wait and get, who's the next running back taken? Zach Charbonnet. Okay? It's like Charbonnet's a fine player, but he ain't Jahmyr Gibbs. So you really have to, don't focus on, like, well, it's a quarterback class, just take the third quarterback instead of the first quarterback. Who cares? You got to focus more on the grade. You got to focus more on the comp and, like, what you expect the player to do. You know, you look at some of these wide receivers or any position. You can do this with any position. You know, like, well, let's pass on. I mean, I don't think Drake London's that good, but yeah, you can pass on Drake London and we'll just get a wide receiver in the second or third. And then you look at the second and third, and it's like Velus Jones Jr. is getting taken in the third. Jalen Tolbert, David Bell, Danny Gray. Like, there is a significant drop-off from player to player. Even in the first round, it can be like that. Even between quarterback 1 and quarterback 2. I mean, look at this draft. This draft class is just absolutely sickening. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts. Holy God. Jesus, like, oh, wow. Trevor Lawrence, ass. Zach Wilson, ass. Trey Lance, mega ass. Kyle Pitts, mega ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is another reason why I say draft picks are overrated. You could have had the first 4 picks in this draft, 4 first-round picks. And if you go this way, blow them all. But in this one, let's say you say, well, don't take Jamar Chase 5th overall. Let's just get a wide receiver in the second or third. Who would you be getting? You'd be getting some combination of Elijah Moore, Rondell Moore, Dwayne Eskridge, Tutu Atwell, Terrence Marshall Jr. If I told you you can have Jamar Chase or every receiver taken in the second round, before the draft, you'd think, well, give me all of the receivers, right? Give me all of the picks. Give me 5 second-round picks. But then you look at what it actually equates to, and it's virtually nothing. You know, like, again, draft picks on their own are very, very overrated. like on their own, because on its own, the draft pick is hope and belief, and you got your guy, right? Like the Jets, Zach Wilson, 2nd overall, the Niners, 3rd overall. I guarantee you we can pull up, I guarantee you I could pull up that draft, the 2021 draft, and we can go listen to Mel Kiper and whoever's on the panel. And when the draft pick was made, I guarantee you they were all like, oh, the Jets got their guy, and this is why they can do that. Let's go ahead and do that, a little exercise.
New York is going to fall in love with this kid. He has a unique ability. Joel talked about him being a shortstop. He's special off platform.
Horrible. Complete bust. Nothing. Couldn't play.
To go with this guy who can do everything in their offense. You see on the screen, to me, breaking it down, he's got poise, he makes great decisions, doesn't turn the ball over. I was around Steve McNair late in his career with the Baltimore Ravens. I saw a lot of Steve McNair and Trey Lance.
God. I mean, I'm telling, like, this is where you can get real lost in the draft process, where it's just, they'll all be good, they're all going to be successful. Just pick your franchise guy. Who do you want? Quinn Ewers, Jackson Dart, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, all going to be all pros. Don't worry about it. Move and match. I think Cam Ward is significantly better than Shedeur Sanders. If the Saints don't trade up and get Cam Ward, I don't want them to take Shedeur Sanders, because I don't think Shedeur Sanders is that good. So it ain't just QB1, QB2, QB3, QB4. You got to look at the grades. You got to look at what they can actually do. You got to look at what you're expecting them to do. If you panic draft and take QB2 because you missed on QB1, could be in a situation where you take a scrub. So I've been seeing a lot of this, like, well, Sanders might fall. Let's take him instead of Ward. It's like, well, do you grade him the same? They're different players. How do you, like, what do you? How do you rank them? Where are they on your big board? Then you have to decide, okay, well, is Sanders better than who else is there? Like, is Sanders better than Mason Graham or better than McMillan or whoever you have in that, or Jalen Walker or whatever? Like, it's not a puzzle where all the pieces are the same shape in the same class. So keep that in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments below. If Sanders does fall, would you be interested in drafting him or hard pass? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.